this hippie-like desire to look inside. Some of it is escape into a world of abstraction. And so he outlined his theory of social transformation, which is also deeply influenced by a skepticism about what low-level mimetic, envy-predicated status games, which I think is a very wise target of skepticism. We walked through his thoughts on social and technological transformation over a couple of hundred years, concentrating more on the last 60, and also began to flesh out a metaphysics that might ameliorate some of that nihilistic pathology and malaise. And that enabled us to at least begin a discussion about what metaphysical presuppositions are necessary for a society and a psyche to remain, well, not only healthy, but non-totalitarian and catastrophic. So, join us for that. So, the last time we spoke was by distance at ARC, and you said a number of things there that were provocative, and one in particular that I wanted to follow up on. It surprised me, although I think I understand why you said it. You're dubious about the rate of progress, so to speak, that we're making now. You seem to feel, I don't want to put words in your mouth, that the most innovative times are perhaps behind us, or at least temporarily
Yes.
so. And so I'm curious about, we've seen these revolutionary steps forward in principle on the large language model front in the last year, and our
Yes.
gadgetry is becoming much more sophisticated. There's tremendous advancements in robotics. And so how do you conceptualize quantifying progress, scientific and technological? And why are you skeptical about the benefits or the rate?
Well, yeah, there are variations of this that I've talked about for close to 2 decades at this point. And, the big, and it's, of course, there are all sorts of very complicated measurement problems. So how do we compare progress in AI with, let's say, lack of progress in dementia research, curing Alzheimer's? And so, so all these different complicated ways of how you weight all these different things. But there was a sense that the Western world was in this fast era of scientific, technological progress where it was advancing on many, many different fronts. And, in some ways, it started picking up in the Renaissance, early Enlightenment, 17th, 18th centuries, and then probably in important ways accelerated in the 19th, first half of the 20th. And then in some ways, I believe it's slowed down over the last 50 or so years. Maybe 1970 or so is an inflection point one could cite. It doesn't mean it's stopped altogether. One way I've often summarized it is that we've continued to have progress in the world of bits. Computers, software, internet, mobile internet, maybe crypto, now AI. But there's been much less progress in the world of atoms. And if you think about a university setting, most of the engineering and scientific subjects had to do more with this physical material world in which we're embedded. And I was an undergraduate at Stanford in the late 1980s, class of '89, and